Hi. So it's been a while since I've checked in on my DR650 project, and we're jumping in the deep end. I've got about 458 miles on the motorcycle. We've done a whole lot of mods and stuff that is, fairly typical for DR650, so I'm not going to get too much into that. But this is going to be its first big ride, and I'm out here in Nevada, in Caliente, Nevada, far eastern Nevada, and about I don't know, it's like a little bit from 100 or so, maybe a little more miles from Las Vegas. And so we're out here in the boonies, and an environment I've ridden in before, but not for a while, so I'm a little intimidated, I'm gonna be frank. So anyway, we're out here riding the bikes, and I wanted to show you what we've done to the DR650 to date, and show you some pictures of it before it gets all dusty and dirty and banged up. Let's check it out. So that's Dennis's new KTM 500, and here is my beast of burden, all set up. So got Kogent suspension on the front and on the back. The bike was sitting really tall, so I lowered it down. I took some of the preload out of the front, and I took shock length out of the back. So we'll be keeping that a little bit lower, just so it's a little bit more comfortable. This is a tire bag for a 21-inch spare rim. Added the disc protector, stock rims with some Tusk tires on it. I've done an earlier thing on some of the Warp 9 covers. So this is the big Acerbis gas tank for a DR650. There's a handlebar bag from Giant Loop, SP Connect phone mount here. This is a windscreen from a KTM 690, older one. And it doesn't bolt up directly, you got to drill some holes, but that worked really well. Of course, added some quality tip over bars, the bigger foot peg, extended shift lever. This rack from Moose is actually steel, and it's a little heavy, so that's kind of the downside on this setup, but it holds an older Kriega bag I have. Yoshimura slip-on pipe, but it has this like sort of extra muffler section, so you can see up there. For the dirt setup, the rims are stock, but on the rear rim I made it tubeless. So the front rim does not have a bead, a lip for the bead, which you need that. So that's still got a tube in it. The 21-inch front tube, in a pinch, can get put into the rear, but a rear tube cannot get put into a front. So most guys carry a spare front tube for sort of worst case scenario. So that's how that's going to go. I do happen to have a spare 17-inch tube in the back here in case my system doesn't work out. Up in the handlebar bag up here is like a tire inflation kit, right? And there's a couple of CO2 canisters down in there, along with a few other little spares like extra rock strap and stuff like that. And as you can see, not much mileage on the bike, so this is going to be a proper break-in trip. Did get the heated grips mounted up, so that's nice on those cold mornings. And then this will be switches for driving lights and maybe GPS or something like that once I get up in there. Oh, can't forget these kick-ass mirrors. So love those things. And let's see, graphics kit, just so because I was getting tired of an all-white motorcycle, so So a little bit of a graphics kit in there. And of course, it's been rejetted and it's actually running really great. For those of you who are into the DR jetting, I went with a 155 main. The needle is in the middle, and the 155 main works really well. The bike is very smooth, takes throttle nicely. This is a Seat Concepts seat, so one of the best on the market by far. I transferred that from my old bike over. And then on the gearing, I'm just down one tooth on the front, so it's got a 14 tooth countershaft sprocket on the front with the stock size rear, but it's a 520 chain conversion, which is lighter than a 525, but lighter is relative. This is probably one of the heavier motorcycles here. If you can see these nice skinny lightweight betas, and 2 strokes and 4 strokes, and there's a bunch of KTMs hidden. There's a 890 over here that is the biggest bike I've seen so far. It's got a number 1 on it, so I'm assuming that's Scotty's bike. But we're a little bit early, set up for the day, waiting for a few people to show up, and gotta thank our friends at Rocky Mountain. Hi guys. They're lonely. They need someone to come visit. They have conversations to have. Just need to have it with someone. So Rocky Mountain, big supporter of the ride. Motion Pro. We wish our friend Chris best in a recovery. He's hurt a little bit. So Chris Carter, thinking about you, buddy. Got to ride across the country with Chris many moons ago. So I was kind of looking forward to seeing him here, but unfortunately he's not here. So anyway, that's it for now, and we will check in later on from the Nevada 200 put on by Scott Harden and Harden Off-Road. There's the website. Check it out. See you later.